garage indie rock.
Yeah,
Some songs would
totally.
be a little bit more like loud and intense, and then some would be quieter. I think Max would do like the more quieter songs,
for
and
sure.
Chloe would lead the louder ones. But I don't know that name. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like either something with time rewinding or something about pirates.
Yeah.
What's the word? Is it sirens? Or what's the name of the thing that goes on the front of the ship? That's like the mermaid lady.
I don't know. Like the bust?
Is that just called the bust?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't know.
Dang, let's think about it. You guys should tell us what you think the name of the band should
Yeah,
be.
the chat can tell us what they think. Yeah. And in the meantime, on the poll, like Sweet won with like 90% of the votes, I believe. So we're going with Sweet.
You were really sweet.
Oh man, that was really goopy.
I like it.
That's because you're a goop.
This is so cool. There's so much to look at. Is your mom going to mind about this mess?
Maybe a pirate bandmate name.
Max, remember
Like a
Scratch Art?
pirate. I don't know.
Oh, I love this.
I'm not very good at coming up with names.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw something.
Pirates in Time.
Pirate Time's pretty good.
All these memories. I want to look at everything.
So
It's
we've
good to
got
see
Rachel
you,
B over in
friend.
Twitch chat says, "Hey Ash, what you playing?"
Haha.
Yeah, what are you playing?
What am I playing? I am playing right now Celeste,
Things with so much
which is I'm playing it on the Switch, and then I'm also playing Stardew Valley. I need to finish Stardew Valley. Yeah.
It actually
Billy the Squid.
really
I know, I love Billy the
felt
Squid.
close to Chloe after I move. Is writing once a week too often?
Is there a backstory to Billy the Squid?
Will I run out of things to say?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's just like a random toy.
Yeah, that they really loved.
Part of the pirate theme.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
He only has one eye.
One.
Prediction.
Most of these are pretty far off base.
This
So
is a
hard
really
to
sweet
predict the
one too.
future.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's better to.
Both
enjoy
of us
the
are
present
medium
instead.
popular.
We're both
That's the
dating our
best,
second
that's the best
boyfriend.
way to be. Medium popular.
Both of us are dating our second boyfriend. So Chloe didn't realize some stuff yet about herself.
I love the obsession with pets.
I know, both of us have a pet. We do not make decisions without consulting each other.
The talking skull of our enemies.
Chloe has visited Antarctica. Max could come if she wanted.
One of us has the little brothers. We're doing well in school.
Oh.
So sweet. Our second boyfriend.
First,
Yeah.
we want one in the pocket first. We
Yeah.
want the experience of the first. On the second.
Yes.
The gaming home wants to know how much Max resembles your personality.
A lot.
These are
A
awesome.
lot. I
Chloe's
think
always been good.
especially when I was in high school, I was like, I was pretty, I don't know, I was a little bit shy, and like felt nervous a lot and didn't know how to talk to people. I was in my head all the time, overanalyzing everything, and still to this day, I'm too curious for my own good. I want to know everything about everybody's business. Spying on my neighbors, always like waiting for some interesting mystery to happen that I'll get to decode. But yeah, I relate to her in almost every way, even down to we both play guitar. But there's also a side of me that's a little bit older, and I relate to Chloe a lot too, like in terms of being wild and a little bit of recklessness. In there. Yeah. But not as far gone. What about you? Do you relate to Chloe?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely relate to, she has that kind of
Holy crap.
fuck you but don't leave kind of
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Gross.
That I definitely relate to, that weird push and pull where she definitely wants to connect to people, but then she's afraid of trusting people, and then that anger that comes with it.
Yeah.
I relate to that for sure.
Keep messing up my picture. This container looks like it could last 100 years. I love how Polaroid cameras make
Such a cute
everything
photo.
look a little nostalgic. This is probably
Should
Hi,
we clean the
yeah.
dishes for Chloe's mom and
So
Chloe?
sweet.
Yes.
I tidied up.
Yeah, I did too. I cannot stand the seeing all of this mess.
Yes, I agree.
So I think it was a bit of me just no, I
Yeah.
have to clean this.
The kitchen especially, I can't do anything if my kitchen is messy. It doesn't
I
matter if I'm
agree.
in the same room.
I can be messy, but the kitchen is no, it
Yeah.
has to be spotless.
I feel like that's a Max move, for sure. I'm sure Max helps everyone, not help Joyce out all the time.
Yeah. It never cleans up that fast either.
Yeah, I wish I could clean that fast.
Yeah.
I always look especially short next to Chloe.
Oh, that's a good question. Sarah Londi says, other than Max and Chloe, which season 1 character was your favorite?
That was a
and why?
good week.
Hmm.
I used
That is a good
every
question.
possible excuse to be here for breakfast.
I thought Kate was a really great character.
Yeah, Kate's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
She's probably my favorite.
Yeah. Victoria's fun because she's
so mean.
Yeah, she's such a jerk.
She's good in her own way, I guess.
Yeah. She's got her own shit.
In the
she's funny
end,
with.
she realizes that she's made a mistake.
Yeah.
I think Nathan is a really interesting character too.
Yeah. Everyone's very complicated, and life is strange.
Yeah, it's never really black and white. I feel like everyone is has good things, bad things, and that's what makes it so interesting. And that's why you can find a character that you can relate to in the games.
Totally.
There's out there someone that you will relate to, even if it's just a part of them. So I think that's what makes these games so engaging and so amazing to play through.
We always make so much more of a mess here than at my house.
So we were talking about how Max's family is different from Chloe's potentially, and I think this is part of it. And it's a good
always
insight of
make so
okay,
much
yeah,
more
in
mess
Max's
here than
house
at my
this would
house.
probably never be allowed, and so she comes here to make the mess.
Yes. I think that's how people were when I was growing up. People would come to my house to hang out because we could, had a little more freedom at my house.
Chloe's grandparents live in Idaho now. I guess compared to that, Seattle's not so far.
Oh, do you have any pause moves? Do you have any preparation you do before recording voiceover?
I do a little bit of vocal warm up, I guess. Just by I do some singing in the car usually on the way to the session.
Same here.
But otherwise, not so much. Unless they, sometimes they'll give you the script beforehand and stuff like that. Not often for games, but sometimes. So I'll read through that and work on that or whatever. But what about you?
Pretty much the same. I definitely do the singing.
Yeah.
Singing helps so much. Just singing really loudly because it's sometimes hard for me to get my voice to come out so it won't be so quiet. So I think singing loudly kind of gets me in that headspace to project and talk like this.
Yeah.
That's Chloe as a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, baby Chloe.
Oh, they're both only children.
I wish
All
you
the
could zoom
family.
in into this picture.
Yeah.
So sweet.
That's right. That's why on their list they want to have a little brother or sister.
Maybe that's another reason why they're so close.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm worrying too much.
That's so
about
cute.
this
This is
They're so cute.
Adorable.
Oh.
What are they dressed as,
Like
though?
an ice cream.
I think they have an ice cream
sandwich?
Oh,
Yeah, an ice cream
yeah.
cookie sandwich with the ice
Chocolate
cream.
Oh, wow.
What is William?
I don't know.
Here?
Yeah.
Is he a wardrobe? It looks like a wardrobe.
Yeah, is it the... Is she a lion? Is it the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
yes, of course.
The
Actually,
wizard.
Yes, I think you're right.
Narnia?
Lion, Witch, and the
Maybe.
Wardrobe.
maybe
That's so cute.
Narnia.
Yeah.
If that is actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's great. Clever idea for a costume.
Interesting.
I guess I should try talking to.
Let's play a video game inside a video.
What if my being insane finally?
Oh, Max is into MMOs. That's so cute.
I could use this to recreate that old photo of Chloe. Chloe and I spilled that
What does
wine.
Chloe
months
have?
ago.
She's drawing?
Scratch
Were
pad.
they
Oh.
drinking wine?
I know.
That's so cool that Chloe's mom is thinking about this.
Oh, it's the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, that's so
Someone in the
tragic.
chat said.
And changing careers midlife.
No, Joyce. Joyce's story is potentially even more tragic than Chloe's.
You sure were troublesome to find.
There's another question in the chat. So Zeralondi is asking, do you think there is a reason we were not introduced to Max's parents? And what would they be like? Or what are they like, if you know?
I'm sure we weren't introduced to them just because,
They were in Seattle.
yeah, they were in Seattle, so they weren't as relevant to the game. It would have been hard to get them in there, probably.
And yeah, I think we talked about it earlier a little bit, but I think that they're kind of reserved, what much more than Chloe's family. I feel like Chloe's family is really outgoing and warm, and they kind of like give Max permission to come out of her shell a little bit. I just kind of get the feeling like a lot of Max's, I guess, reserved qualities are coming from her upbringing at home.
Yeah. Campbell Soups 32 is asking if we would want to appear in future Life is Strange games. Not to answer for Hannah, but I think, of course, the answer is yes.
Yes.
We really, I mean, Donut is so awesome. Deck Nine is too. Of course, we spent a lot of time working with Donut because, you know, we spent so much time recording the first game. They're so great, you know. Everyone on the team was so awesome. So, and they make awesome stuff.
People.
Yeah, so it'd be great to work with them again.
That would be amazing.
Rifai says maybe they are scientists about Max's parents. Maybe that's how that might be how she got her powers.
That's a
They
really,
experimented on her.
that's a really good idea. Yeah, I always wonder
We're
how
starting
did she
a new
get those
theory.
powers.
Yeah, right? This is a sweet moment too.
This makes me miss having like, a really good best friend.
Yeah. Someone you just hang out with all the time when you're
Yeah.
younger, yeah.
That's kind of hard in LA to have that, I think.
Yeah, totally. Everyone's so spread
I'm
out.
here in Seattle, actually, so
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just a big city, I guess.
Yeah. And as you get older too, you know, everyone gets so busy and it's hard to just find an entire day to just hang out with someone, you know? Do nothing. Yeah, right.
Would you? I have this question is for me. Would you wear Max's shirt or Chloe's shirt from this episode?
Yeah, I would.
I would. What's on Chloe's shirt?
No, you have to.
It's a
You
pirate
have to
hat.
pick one.
It's pick one.
Yeah.
I'd pick the Chloe shirt because I'm not a big pink person. I like blue and green.
I like the idea of us wearing the other characters' shirts. So I don't really take Max.
Is that what I look like when I'm taking pictures?
I like that line. She's like, "Is this how do I look content when I'm taking pictures?" Because Chloe's doing what she loves and she looks so peaceful. I love that.
Can we do a poll with this? It's not a super big decision, but
Yeah.
I wonder, should we be in the picture with Chloe or not? Because we have taken some pictures already with her.
Alone.
Yeah, what were they doing with the wine? LC475 says, will we ever find out how they spilled the wine? What were they doing with the wine?
I'm sure Chloe was like, they were probably out. They probably left them alone. You know, like Joyce and William had like a date night or something. They was probably like, let's figure out how you want to get it twisted.
How did you first get into voice acting?
Well, you want to go first?
Sure. I played a character called Tiny Tina in a game called Borderlands 2.
Borderlands.
Yeah, so that was my first role, and I've kind of just been doing it since then.
Wow. How did that happen with the?
So I had this web series with my brother called Hey Ash, What You Playing, and I think that partially helped my brother get a writing job at Gearbox, which is the company that made Borderlands 2. And then he was writing Tiny Tina and realized he was like kind of writing it for me, and so he asked them basically if I could audition for it, which is very nice of him, and then I ended up getting the part.
Amazing.
Yeah, and so then kind of just went from there. What about you?
Well, I've always been acting like on stage and in plays, and when I moved out to LA, I started doing like on-camera acting, and I was just on Actors Access, just this website where you submit for roles that are people are looking for, and I got called in to audition for Blind Light, which is the production company of Life is Strange. So I did these 2 twin sister roles in Murder and Soul Suspect. I did like the motion capture and the voice and everything. And then that Blind Light called me back again to audition for Life is Strange. And so I just sort of fell into voice acting. I guess it was like the best thing that ever could have happened to me, though, because my on-camera career was stalled, to say the least. So it was great to get to do voice acting and to not have to worry so much about how I looked and just to focus on playing a character as fully as I could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Pose with Chloe won, I believe. Yep.
Take a
So
break
we're doing that.
for a second.
This artist waits for no
No, stop.
But as for you, Anna, do you think there are a lot of differences between acting, like fully acting on a stage and on a theater or on film, and voice acting?
That
Like, what are
was
some
worth
of the
stopping
different
for.
challenges there?
I would say they're all 3 completely different. If I had to pick which ones are most similar, I'd say like being on stage and doing voiceover is somewhat similar because you're freer to be bigger and to fully embody the character without having to worry about doing too much with your face on camera. If you're moving your face too much, it can be distracting on screen. So they kind of want you to tone it down a little bit, which is weird for me because I move my face a lot when I talk normally, you know. But you have to reel that in for being on camera. It's almost like a completely different art form. You probably have experienced that too with on camera.
A little bit, yeah.
In voiceover, you can just go nuts. No one can see you. And on stage, you sort of have to go nuts so people can see you.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So they're very different.
while you were recording the voices for this, do they show you any of the like early development work? I mean, you were familiar with the characters from the original Life is Strange, but did you get any of that as you were recording the lines?
I think we
Any of
saw
that
some of the renderings for like the scene where the dance move scene at the very beginning of this episode. I think they had the motion capture for that, and they showed us.
I remember that.
So we could make noises to it, basically.
And then the first season, like the original Life is Strange, they showed us drawings of all the. Well, I got like a.
Yeah, concept art package.
Yeah, they showed drawings of all the characters, and so you could kind of get an idea of what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool. I still have that on my computer.
Oh, nice.
I was like, I'm not deleting this. This is awesome.
I wonder if that's the voicemail Chloe's mom was talking about. She did say she didn't want Chloe to hear it, but if Chloe's in trouble at Blackwell, this might be my only chance to get her to talk about it.
Fun fact, I played the person on the other side of the phone. Also.
You did?
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Can we hear it?
Yeah. I'll turn it up.
This is Anne Rogers, Marissa's mother. Marissa from Blackwell. I need to talk to you about what your daughter did to Marissa in class.
Is that you?
That's me, yeah.
Wow.
At this point, I'm not comfortable sending her back to school at all. I don't know if your daughter is having trouble adjusting or what, but this needs to be addressed.
Hey,
Wow.
Are you serious? I don't want my parents to hear that. I've never gotten in trouble like this before.
they already know.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Oh,
The mom is yelling at Chloe's mom.
Shit.
What happened?
Something so minor. Her mom is exaggerating. I bet Marissa
Do you
told
want to
her
put it
that
up a
I...
little bit? I don't know if
It's
it's a
like
delay.
the first time Chloe actually got in
I'm
trouble,
telling you, it's stupid.
Let's take a look.
and you can start seeing. Yeah. I'm going to insist her
Yeah.
to talk to me.
Come on, you've got to tell me what happened. I'm your best friend.
Man, none of this would have happened if I had you around. I wouldn't care what anyone said. Sorry. I don't mean it's your fault. Anyway, she wouldn't leave me alone, so I turned up her Bunsen burner in science. Just a little
Chloe.
bit. No,
Yeah.
not hard, not even close. You know that I know what I'm doing.
Chloe, what do you mean she wouldn't leave you alone?
She was making fun of my clothes and calling me a scholarship kid.
Is that why you wanted to throw away your hoodie?
Don't worry. I'll keep it.
I went for the vote of confidence that
You can
you
handle
can
this.
handle it. Yeah. Booster.
Hey, you can handle this. You're so much cooler than she is.
Just to you. Thanks, Max.
There's another question on the chat. Did either of you ever had a day to where over time you lose your voice after a long session?
I definitely have. Sorry, the echo was distracting.
Wow. That happened to me on Murdered Soul Suspect because I, spoiler alert, had to be burned alive at the stake.
Oh no.
So I was screaming really like bloody murder, and I lost my voice for several days. I still don't really know how to scream the right way.
It's hard. It's hard. There's not really like a great way to do it. I feel like.
I don't know. I just like get so caught up in it. I don't even know what I'm doing until like 2 hours later.
Right. Yeah, totally.
And typically, like, how long are you recording when you're doing voice work?
4 hours, right?
Yeah, voice acting sessions for video games are typically 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes shorter, I guess, if you get through it faster than 4 hours worth of time.
Never longer. I
No.
think that's like the union.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna tell her?
Have anything else to do?
I think you have one more photo. The hat.
Oh, did I not do that?
Perfect. Stop.
Yeah.
Do you know?
What is Brent?
I
Is
couldn't
there
figure out the
like
name of the hat.
something here?
I don't know. I'm actually not sure.
You're not so bad yourself.
Local hardware store. I don't know.
A little bit. Hungry. Hungry. How about you?
I'm okay.
Okay, big conversation time.
Should I speak to her? Let's do it.
Okay.
Hey, hit
Rip
me.
off the band-aid, Max.
I'll be busy crying.
On the last bit. How about you? Done with the time capsule?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, perfect, because now I'm finished. Check it out.
This is so silly.
I wonder, like, if you choose not to lick it in the beginning of the game, if it's still the same
If it's still
picture.
a jawbreaker.
Oh.
I can't figure out, like, on her teeth, is it like a little mouse or
Yeah, I don't
just
know.
a representation?
This jawbreaker is going to last forever?
Just like our friendship.
Oh, Chloe, you were really drawing me that whole time?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mushiness alert. Keep it together, Max.
I guess now's my chance to tell Chloe I'm leaving. We might not be alone again once her parents get back.
Hey, ready for something else? I've got a great plan for the afternoon.
Crap. I don't want to ruin the rest of the day.
You're staying for dinner, right?
Would Chloe even want me to tell her? She's already got enough drama from Blackwell.
Max?
It's just Seattle.
Poor Max.
I'm probably overstressing about the whole thing. Right?
I don't know.
I
chose
tell
Teller,
her,
but I'm kind of feeling I want to go the other way.
Yeah. Do you want to try don't tell her?
We should.
Okay. So we're gonna go don't tell her.
Whoa.
What's the plan?
I'm taking you to the beach. We haven't been since school started.
Yeah. That's true.
It's gonna feel different now, though.
Why?
Will Chloe say something?
Because we're pirates again. You can't go to a beach without taking it over. Or at least making a hideout. So? You wanna do that?
Make a hideout?
Yeah! One that's really tucked away so people won't mess with it or even see it.
I know exactly where we could put it. You know those two rocks right by the grassy part?
Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Oh, man! We could probably make it big enough to keep things there.
Like a food stash. And towels
Do you
and
guys
stuff?
record
Yeah,
like each one of the
flashlight,
lines by
blankets,
themselves and
so
then
we can
put it together,
go
or
at
do
night.
you actually record the entire conversation? How does that go?
I bet that would be
Usually we,
one day I want
usually
to
it's-
understand.
I think for Life is Strange, we would, like the first season we would do conversations. We'd do scenes, but then there, like, Hannah had so much dialogue as Max that she would have full sessions where I wasn't there.
Yeah, but you had some where I wasn't there too. I think.
Yeah. Mhm.
And on those when we're by ourselves, we do an A and a B version of each line,
Mhm.
one by one.
Yeah.
But when we're together, it's like just to act like a regular scene.
Yeah.
I think maybe just for us. Yeah, I don't want to hide necessarily.
Yeah. And it would
The gaming hum says, Hannah, was it ever strange when you had to do Max's voice within her head?
Yes. Yes. Most of the time, it was very strange. just trying to make it seem, some of the lines, trying to make them seem believable and natural sounding.
Right.
So, but once you get the hang of it, once I got the hang of it, it wasn't so bad. I felt like I understood it and was able to do it better. But at first, I was like, "Well, what is this? I'm talking to myself all the time."
Oh.
That would push Chad's losing her mind, but just you didn't tell her.
Well, we didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I thought we would have the chance to tell.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm over this scene yet. I'm not either.
No.
Hope your needs a humble hand, not a fox found in your plate.
The song choice was beautifully done.
Yeah.
What I appreciate about the story is they just kind of kept taking it where they ended it there, but they just keep, punching you in the heart with the next
That's mixed up.
Comfort came against my will. Every story must grow old. Still I be a traveler. A gypsy's rains to face, but the road is wearier with that fool found in your place. No man is an island, or this I know.
I was kind of hating on his parents here, because I was like, how can you leave now? Just stay a few days longer.
When I was just a stone.
This moment, just literally right here is super real feeling. If anyone's ever had to come back from a funeral, this is what it feels like. Start coming up right now.
Hey, Chloe. This is Max. I have to tell you something. I know that I should have before, and I didn't mean to not tell you. I just never found a time until...
It's actually a different recording even.
Chloe. Yeah. I'm moving to Seattle.
That was unexpected.
We're leaving today.
This is worse.
Dad.
Yes, this is way worse.
This is way worse.
I don't know when I'll be back.
What did we do?
I didn't want to go. It wasn't up to me, and it was all so sudden, and I still kind of can't believe it's really happening.
Poor Chloe.
Sorry that I didn't tell you. I'm so sorry. I hated thinking about us being apart. And I didn't want you to have to think about it too. I didn't want to see you sad. Chloe, listen. we're moving for good. Chloe, you're my best friend. I will always, always love you. Goodbye.
My heart.
It's way worse.
That was way
Oh.
worse.
I think that's a lesson in making sure you.
The game
you
was
know.
able to break my heart all over again.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow, that was amazing.
So sad.
I know. You're so great in that lesson.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chat is saying the same thing. That you did such a great job on that monologue.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you record the episode in order as you were recording it?
You mean this episode?
Yeah, this episode. Did you record like it sequentially, generally speaking, the dialogue sequentially, or did you?
Sort of.
Yeah, I think
Sort of did
part,
this
yeah.
time. Yeah.
There wasn't so much to get through.
No,
'Cause it's a bit shorter.
That's
So
true.
I think we could do it sequentially.
Yeah, I feel like we pretty much stuck to it. We did the messages towards the end. I think.
Do you get the whole script for the episode right at the beginning, so you know like what's going to happen?
Sometimes.
Sometimes video games it kind of depends. I think we did get the script beforehand.
We did.
But for the original season, we would see it for the
But the
first time.
scripts are confusing because it's
Yeah, they
not
are.
like this is what's happening. You just see all these lines and you kind of have to put it together yourself.
Yeah, there's not context. And then it kind of can jump around depending on what the player chooses.
I would never see your solo lines or
Right.
anything.
Mhm.
So a lot of times I wouldn't know for sure what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So you just saw your own lines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey.
Why does it say I'm the only writer? That's so strange.
Yeah.
I definitely,
That's
I definitely
that's
did
what
not write
someone was
this.
asking.
That's so odd to me. Yeah, I didn't write it.
Yeah, that's why someone was asking earlier about that specific thing on the credits.
Yeah, that's so odd. I didn't watch the whole credits like that, so I didn't know that it said that. No, I didn't.
Typo.
I didn't write this episode. I mean, I'm assuming it's the same team from Before the Storm. And I know it's Zach Garris is the creative. I think the creative director, but I definitely don't want to take credit for the script because I didn't write it. I'm not sure why it says what I did in the credits. I hope that they change that so that the right people get credit.
Well, that's the piece of feedback.
Do we have time? Oh yeah. Well, I was like, do we have time to go make the other choice? But I don't think we can run through it
Yeah,
fast
I
enough.
don't think. Yeah, 'cause I was wondering.
Yeah.
It was less heartbreak. I was like,
It was less heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I feel like when you told Chloe at that
Yeah.
moment,
because at least
in
they
the
were-
living room,
Yeah.
yeah, this was way worse.
Because when you choose the
Yeah.
other option, you actually can talk with Chloe about the fact that you're leaving, and I think that
You
gives
can
some kind of
process it, kind of.
closure on that theme.
Release, yeah.
And here
Right.
it's just so like Chloe has just lost her father, and we can see during the entire episode how their relationship is like and how close they are and how amazing William is. And then the fact that she just lost her father and her family just fell apart, and then her best friend just leaves on the same day
and leaves
and
the
and
recording.
she doesn't even know exactly. That's so heartbreaking. I don't know how someone can actually get over it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we missed that conversation, and I agree that everyone should be angry at us
Yes.
for going with that.
For going.
Because that conversation between them is also really sweet, because Chloe ends up already knowing that
That
Max is leaving.
She overheard the parents talking. So
Yeah.
so it is. You
Yeah.
definitely you're off the hook a little bit emotionally.
And that's a really sweet moment, like realizing that Chloe already knew. I felt like, because I was not expecting her to know, because she was acting so Chloe-like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's another question in the chat actually. So did any of you ever get choked up or emotionally involved regarding lines for the game?
We got choked up just now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like from episode 3 to episode 5, I cried every single time I was in the booth.
Yeah.
I think, Chloe and Aloy from Horizon are definitely the closest character. I mean, I've gotten the most attached to those characters for sure. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I took up a little chunk of my heart and gave it to Chloe in the first game, so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And there were some episodes where it was just all crying.
Yeah, some episodes where we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
If anyone in the chat still has questions for us or for Anna and Ashley, it'd be awesome to hear them. Yeah. We still have some time, so.
Yeah. My husband would come in as I was playing this game, and I was sharing earlier, this is a really different way to play games for me, because usually I'm the person who locks myself in the dark and puts the virtual do not disturb sign. I'm tell my husband I will come upstairs when I am ready. But a couple times during the game, he had to come downstairs for something. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm sobbing, and there's all this language. And then he's like, "What game is this?" This is not what I expected. I'm like, "Me either. Go away."
So we're why are you doing this to yourself?
I know. Exactly. It's so beautiful, and it matches our gray Northwest. I played them, on the winter, so it's just the perfect time of year to play games like this.
Yeah, totally.
There's another question. So, what do you guys think of Rachel as a character?
When we think of Rachel, again, you don't have as much of a direct connection to her now.
Well, I think that she definitely. I think it's interesting because when I played, from what I know about playing the first episode, it kind of seems like sometimes Chloe would lead us down a not so wholesome path, and then it seems like in this Before the Storm, Rachel leads Chloe down a path. So I think it's interesting how that kind of perpetuated what Rachel does for Chloe, Chloe does for Max, in the sense of pulling them towards the darker side. And I guess I would have to say that Rachel seems like not the best influence, but I also understand that it was important for Chloe to have a best friend at that time, and that Rachel is a huge part of her life. And probably Rachel's the only way she is because somebody let her. Yeah. So, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, I feel like I think that seeing Rachel and Chloe's relationship is really interesting. I think Rachel, I think it captured how, even before you even meet Rachel, how Chloe feels about her, that it's just sort of this really perfect encapsulation of what, love at that age is like, it's just Rachel's Chloe's world.
Yeah, all consuming.
Yeah, all consuming, and that she was such an important, that there was this sort of dangerous quality about her, which is probably part of the infatuation, but then also Chloe really needed someone at that point, in her life. So I have a lot of affection for Rachel for that reason.
And going back to some of those predictions that Max and Chloe had on the time box they did, what pets would Chloe and Max get? Because they were guessing they would have a pet.
What? Oh, a pet.
Oh, pet. Oh, what kind of pet?
I thought Chloe.
The kind of a dog person.
Yeah.
Probably, I mean, she's not afraid of
Chloe
dogs.
had a cat, right?
Cat, yeah.
Yeah,
Bongo, I think.
Bongo.
She had a cat.
She had a cat, but I feel like Chloe now would probably be into dogs. I don't know.
I think I can see that.
Yeah.
I feel like Max would have like a fish tank. She had like a really in-depth aquarium. Or like some sort of strange cat. Like not a traditional cat or dog.
And Roll Zeno Gamer asks, Anna and Ashley, you played such moving female leads in gaming. How do you feel giving life to characters so inspiring to fans all over the world? This is especially relevant because here we are on our International Women's Day streaming.
Yeah. Wow. That's so crazy.
I know. Wow, right? It's humbling, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, for me, at least, I'm so grateful to be able to have the opportunity to play a character like Chloe. You know, like such a complex, multifaceted person. It's like such a beautiful arc. I think. Yeah, it's like an honor. You know?
It's definitely an honor. I never saw like this happening for my life in this way or anything. Definitely never saw like playing a character that would go from being so shy and turning into like a kind of like a hero. So I feel like it was just a really incredible blessing. And every day, like when I look on social media or something, I always see something about Life is Strange, and it never stops being surprising. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is this real? Is this real? Every time. So it's definitely an honor.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think we're ready to wrap up. It was super fun to play. Fun. Is fun the right word? Maybe fun is not the right word, but I loved it.
Yeah.
So we were here playing the last episode of Life is Strange Before the Storm, which was the farewell episode. This takes us back to when Chloe and Max. This is even before the first game. If you haven't played it, go through the experience yourself. You can get this episode on the deluxe version of Life is Strange Before the Storm. It's quite a ride.
Make those choices at the end so we can see the differences. That's our recommendation.
We really want to thank you, Anna and Ashley, to be here with us and just chatting and being open to all the questions we had and the chat had and everyone at home. And thank you for watching. I'm Katerina and this is Jamie, and bye. Oh, and yeah, so as part of the International Women's Day, I'm just stuck with the game now. As part of the International Women's Day today, we actually have at 3:30, so in about 30 minutes, we'll have a panel discussion with a bunch of amazing women that are part of the industry. They will be joining us from Toronto, and you can watch the stream here on mixer.com/Xbox. So make sure you tune in for that because it will be great. Yep. I guess that's all.
Awesome.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
It was so much fun.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question.